Hey guys, Michael here. This is the DaranEner NEO2000 Portable Power Station. What is it and what can it do for you? Stick with me. Let's get to it. So what exactly is a power station? So a power station is basically a battery. It's a portable battery you can carry around with you. But it's not only that, the benefits of the power stations is it has multiple inputs and multiple outputs so that you can charge this on the go using a solar panel. You can charge this at the house using a outlet power cord. And as far as output goes, this one, for example, has 14 different outputs. Actually 15 if you count the wireless charger on the top. But most power stations have multiple inputs, multiple outputs. They have AC outlets, DC outlets, and this one is by far the biggest one I have had here in my house. So as far as uses go, a power station is very handy. It can be used in many different ways. If you're enjoying that RV life and you're out camping and running around, you can carry this with you so you have that extra power when you don't have enough outlets in your RV. Now if you're actually camping on a campsite and you need that fan blowing on you at night, power station, that's what you can use. You can actually charge up your cell phones, plug in the fan, keep your laptop up and running. So power station will help you with that. Now for me, more importantly, I value power stations when it comes to power outages. Around here we have hurricanes, we have ice storms, and we have just regular power outages for whatever reason. Having a battery backup so that I can plug stuff in, charge stuff up is just critical. You may or may not know this, in Texas we had a huge power grid failure. The temperatures plummeted and it was just an unbelievable ice storm that we had. And the power grid could not keep up and power all the homes. So we lost power for about 3 days and it was freezing cold, literally freezing cold inside our home. Now we could cuddle up and get warm underneath blankets, however we had no light. We have candle lights, whatever. And so in that situation, it started maybe thinking about I need more power at my home because I want to be able to provide lights for my children at night because they get scared. I want to be able to charge up my cell phone so that I can keep in contact with various people. And of course, in the summertime, you want to be able to run a fan to keep you cool. A power station will be there for you when the power grid is not. So as far as charging up this power station, it actually has two inputs on the side here. Underneath this dust cover, you flip this down, it has an XT60 input. Now, this came with a MC4 to XT60 power cable. So what that is, you can have a solar panel off to the side with the MC4 connection, and using that XT60, it'll plug it in here to actually charge this up using the power of the sun. You would use that when you go camping or when you have a power grid failure here in my home. So I can actually put this outside with the solar panel and charge this up during the day and have power at night. Also, you can take a power cord right here in the top one right here. You can actually take a normal power cord and plug it in. If you notice, look at this, there's no power brick. You don't have to keep up with a special cable for this particular power station. The awesome thing is this is a standard power cord for computers, TVs, bigger electronics. So yeah, you can just find these cables anywhere. You don't have to go and find a special power brick to charge this up when you're at the house. Let's just take a look at this and appreciate the beauty of this thing. This thing's actually really slick looking. It has very nice handles on the top, as you can see right here. Now the handles are comfortable. Why is that important? Because this thing weighs almost 60 pounds. It's heavy because there's a lot of battery in here. Now in the front panel you actually have 3 different sections. So you have AC outlets on the top. Those AC outlets have the dust covers. Then you have a DC side and right here in the middle. And then you have the input. The only input is right here in the front. You have again the XT60 and the AC inlet. This right here is your circuit breaker. In case you trip this, you can actually reset it right there. So that's just power going in. The rest of this is power going out. You have 4 USB-A connectors, 2 USB-C connectors. Over here on the right hand side, a cigarette lighter plug-in, and 4 additional DC plug-ins. That's a total of 14 outputs you can have, and you can pick and choose which ones you want. Now the AC, it has its own power button. You turn this on, it engages these 3. The DC, all this right here and this side right here, you're going to plug it, turn it on using this power button. To turn it on, it's really simple. You just hold it down for about 3 seconds. Once you see the light come on, you can let go of the power button. Now the AC does take a minute to come on, and it does have a fan running when you actually run the AC, because it is actually converting the DC power of the battery to alternating current, or AC. So there is a converter in there that's running. It does have a fan over here blowing, and it's sucking in air from this side, blowing it out this side. So you want to keep these vents free. You don't want to kind of stuff things on the sides of it when you're actually using it, especially on the AC side. So it does have an audible sound to it. You may not be able to hear it right now, but it is there. So let me take my little GoPro here and show you exactly what we're looking at here on the screen here. So when you first turn it on, I'm going to hold down the AC outlet until I see the light come on, then I can let go. Now I just turn on the AC side. So on the left hand side, sorry, you see the AC letting you know the AC is actually engaged. This big number in the middle, this is how much power is left in your power station. This right here, the 0W, that means how much power is actually being drawn from the unit. Right now nothing's plugged into it, so it's at 0. And on the right hand side, this 84.7H, that's to let you know that at the current state, you have about 84.7 hours left on the current state. So right now, since the AC is engaged, it is using that AC converter, so it is drawing power from it. It just doesn't show it right here on the wattage. However, since it's on, you can hear the fan running. It is going to drain down this power. So eventually this is going to start slowly going down. So you want to make sure you turn this off when you're not using the AC. Make sure that AC is turned off. On the DC side, when you turn that on, you'll see that DC is engaged as well as USB. To turn them off, simply just press the power button once, and then you turn it off. So on the back side here, let me see if I can flip this thing around. So on the back side, there's this panel right here. That's actually an LED panel. It's actually used for lighting. So it has a separate power button over here off the side. Again, same as the other ones, you want to press it for a couple of seconds, wait for the light to come on, then you can let go of the button. When you first turn it on, that's on high. When you press it one more time, that's on medium, about 50% of the light. Press it again. This is a strobe effect. One more time, that's SOS. And one more time and to turn it off. So again, you can just press it to hold it back on, turn it back on. That's really convenient to have. So when you have that light engaged, it does show you on the front panel that the LED is actually turned on. So how does it achieve its 2,000 watt capacity? It uses LiFePo4 batteries as opposed to lithium ion batteries. The advantage of the LiFePo4 is they can last 3 to 5 times longer than the original lithium ion batteries. They're much safer. So lithium ion actually gets hot and they could catch a fire. This one, however, does not. The LiFePo4, which is the new and improved batteries that a lot of the power stations are going with, that's a much safer battery, longer lasting. This particular power station, because of that battery, it can have up to 3,500 charge-discharge cycles. So this thing is going to last you a long time. So enough with the talking. Let's show this in a real-life environment. Let's actually plug some stuff in here. I'm going to set a little GoPro up in front of the screen so you can see as I start adding things, what it does to this as far as making the wattage usage go up and the hours go down on this. This is on 100% charge, so we'll see kind of how these things affect it and show you what it looks like. So I have a lamp that has an LED bulb. I have a little power brick. I have a laptop here, a tablet, and a fan. So a few of these use AC outlets, a few of these use DC outlets. Let's see what the power draw looks like on this. Okay, first thing I'm going to do is actually engage the AC outlets. I'm going to hold down this power button. Lights are on. I can then let go of the button and let me turn on the DC power button. These have two different motherboards, so you have to turn them on separately. Let me turn this on, let go. So now we have the DC on and the AC on. So let's start off with the light. Open up the dust cover, plug the light in. So right now the light is using 9 watts of power. This is an LED bulb, so it doesn't draw as much energy as a normal incandescent bulb. Next, we'll plug in a power bank to one of the USB ports. So now we're up to pulling about 20 watts out of this power station. All right, so next we'll plug in this tablet here, also a USB-A. And now we're up to 27 watts being drawn. One more DC, I'm going to plug in my laptop. This laptop actually has a USB-C to USB-C connection, so I'm going to utilize the USB-C plug on here. So now this is charging. This is 61 watts being used. Last thing I do is I'm going to plug in a fan real quick. And I'm going to put the fan on high. So right now we have a power draw of 73 watts out of our power station, and the power station has about 26 hours worth of charge left. So the benefit of having a bigger power station, in this case a 2000 watt power station, you can charge these things, you can keep that fan going, that light going all night long and don't have to worry about that. In addition to the continuous draw of up to 2000 watts, this power station actually has a peak of 3000 watts. So I actually took this outside and used it with my circular saw to cut a couple of test pieces on it. When I first turned on the saw, it drew about 1700 watts. But after it got up to speed, it only drew about 800 watts. So there is a surge sometimes, depending on what you're plugging into. Having that additional 1000 watts as a surge wattage, really helpful to get things started. I tried this power station on my circular saw when I was outside. I plugged my deep freeze into here. So surprisingly, this actually will run a deep freezer, well, my deep freezer, for example, for 5 hours. So that's really awesome. So take a look at this flyer right here. This flyer is actually pulled directly from their website, and it shows you the average amount of power draw for each item here and how long this 2000 watt power station can actually run it. As far as the maintenance goes on this power station, or really any power station, all you have to do is charge it up. On this particular power station, they recommend you charge it up at least every 3 months. So there's nothing to it. Really, you just plug it into the wall, 3 months, get up to 100%, leave it at 100% for maybe 30 minutes to an hour, unplug it, put it back in the closet, and it's there when you need it. So not only does this act as a power station to provide power, it actually also can act as a UPS. What's a UPS? It's an uninterruptible power supply. So what this thing can do is actually plug into a freezer, a computer, something you cannot have power down, a server, whatever it is. You can plug your computer into this and plug this into the wall. So when this is turned on, leave it turned on, and when the power goes out or you accidentally trip and unplug that from the wall, this will provide power to whatever you have plugged into it to not lose power. So that's pretty much everything I want to share with you about this power station. Some of the highlights are it has a 2000 watt continuous output, 3000 watt peak. It has the LiFePo4 batteries that have 3,500 cycles, charge and discharge cycles. It'll last you a long time. It comes with a 5-year warranty. That just blows my mind that it has a 5-year warranty on it. 2 ways of charging it, either by solar panel or by AC outlet, and 14 outputs and a 15th if you count that wireless charger. And speaking with the company, they were gracious enough to give me an affiliate link to this NEO2000 Power Station. I'm going to put a link in the description down below. I'm going to put a link to their website, to this product on their webpage, and to this product on Amazon. The affiliate link listed doesn't cost you anymore. It just gives me a little kickback if you do purchase it through them. So I appreciate you guys taking the time to watch this video and sticking with me to the end. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, please do so. I'll see you next time.